All right, hi everybody. Welcome to East Coast Swing. This is week number 2. I'm going to close those drapes behind us. It's a little on the bright side in here. All right, there we go. Hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday here in Washington. My name is Matt Gregory. Great to see you again. This is the second week of our 4-week East Coast Swing All Levels class. Really excited to dance with you tonight. Thanks for your patience on us getting started. It feels like every time I'm jumping on, it feels like there's something that sort of gets in my way from getting started right on time. So thanks for your patience. Hi, Cheryl. Great to see you. Thanks for jumping in. Really glad to have you. All right, so we are going to start with a little warm-up, just getting our bodies moving. We're going to then review what we did last week in week number 1. So even if you didn't see that video, I'm going to get you caught up, and then we've got a couple of new steps to add to your swing tonight. All right, so let's throw on some music and get our bodies moving a little bit. All right, just getting our bodies warmed up. All right, let's just start side to side. So we go side, side, side. Good, just think side to side. Flick your feet. Good. Good, now let's add a rock step. Side, and then rock step. Side, side, a rock step. Side, side, and rock step. Good. All right, I'm going to fix my camera just a little bit here. My Facebook class looks like you can't quite see the feet. All right, here we go. Try that again. Side to side. Side, side, rock step. Side, side. And that's what the leaders back rock with. Leaders back rock with their left. Now let's try that with the right here. Side, side, rock step, side. Good, just feel your body moving. Good, bring your arms up. Good, back, rock, side, side, rock, step. Good, just get those shoulders warmed up. Good. Okay, now, this is triple time swing, so let's do triples to the side. Triple, 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 triple. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good job. All right, about a minute more. Let's add a rock step. All right, let's rock step with the other foot. All right, 20 more seconds. Good job, everybody. Well done. All right, so that's our little warm-up. Hopefully got your heart rate up a little bit. Hi, Diana. Good to see you. All right, so let's review, first of all, what we did last week. So last week was our first week doing East Coast swing. The big thing we talked about was the fact that we have two different kinds of swing. And here in our warm-up, we went through that as well. So we had single time swing, which is just one rock to either side plus a back rock. And you can do that with either foot. So if you rock back on your left, that's the leader's part. If you rock back on the right, that's the follower's part. So what that looks like is for the leader, side, side, and back rock. For the follower, side, side, and back rock. So that's a nice little warm-up action, that single time swing. But to be honest, most of the time you're not going to be using single time swing most places that do ballroom dancing. So the basic action for all the patterns that we're going to do in this class are a triple time basic, all right? So the triple time basic starts with the left foot for the leaders, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 steps to the left, 1, 2, 3 steps to the right, and then we put the back rock in there. Let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back rock. Again, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back rock. Does that make sense? So that's the leader's part. So let's talk about the follower's part. So followers, start with your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back rock. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back rock. Good job. All right, so that's our leader's part and follower's part. Something I realize I need to do is I need to switch something around here on the Facebook feed. So give me just 1 second while I fix that. There we go. That'll make it a little bit easier for people watching on Facebook Live. All right, good stuff. All right, good. So now we got that switched around. Okay, so let's do the basic again as the leader and then both as the follower. So here we go. Left foot for the leaders. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and rock. Step. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and now as the follower. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, back, rock. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back, rock. All right, good to go there? All right, so our first move from the after the basic is the underarm turn. So the underarm turn for the leader is usually pretty straightforward. The big thing, leaders, that you need to understand is when to raise your hand. The raising of the hand is the universal signal for turn anyway, so we just want to make sure that that lead happens at the correct time. So I want you to think, leaders, that you are going to initiate the turn at the end of your back rock, going into your first triple. So it would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, you raise the hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back rock. Okay? Now the nice thing is, almost right from the get-go last week, I taught us the second set of that, the second half of that turn. So the follower is going to go underneath, and then they're going to come back. So it looks like this for the leader. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, raise the hand. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now bring the hand to the right this time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and back to your basic step. So you can see, leaders, your part's pretty straightforward. The biggest thing you have to remember is to keep doing your basic step no matter what your partner does. So don't get distracted by how good they look. Don't get distracted by the hair flip. Don't get distracted by the skirt flipping. All that is designed to distract you. Don't let it, all right? So followers, here's your part. You have the much more interesting part here. So you do one basic. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and the hand goes up. So we talked about these turns being danced on one line. So you kind of imagine that there is a line on the floor that you're going to stay on as you do this turn. So the hand goes up, and you're going to triple to the right. You actually stay facing your partner on the first part of this turn. Then you're going to do one full half of a turn. One full half to your right. Then you triple to the left. You do 1/4 of a turn, and you do a back rock. Now you're essentially going to reverse the order as you come back in. So you do the back rock, you do 1/4 of a turn, you triple to your right this time, you do the second turn, triple to your left, and then do a back rock. So followers, you see the entire pattern for you is danced on this one line. If you can really focus on that, that's going to make these turns so much easier, and you can dance it with anybody without it being complicated. Let's try that again. So we go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, dance on the line. No turn yet. half a turn, triple step, quarter of a turn, come back the other way, quarter of a turn, triple step, half of a turn, triple step, and you're back with your partner. Does that make sense? Why don't we give a try to the underarm turns with music and see how that feels. All right, here we go. All right, so let's try this as the leaders part first. One basic and then the turn. 6, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Triple. Raise the hand. Let's do it again. Raise the hand. Good. Try this as the follower now. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hand goes up. Try it again. Yeah? Good. All right, not bad. So the fun part about thinking about doing that underarm turn on the line for the followers is that you can be really, there's a couple things I like about it. The first thing is it makes it really obvious where you're supposed to be, going, so that you have a real clear sort of line to stay on. You know where to begin, where to end, and where to come back to. The second thing that really helps is if your leader is not a particularly high-level dancer or isn't a particularly strong leader. Having taught a lot of women over the years, the biggest complaint that I hear is that there's a precious few good leaders out there. And so a lot of times you have to sort of assume, I'm sure those of you who are watching, who are followers understand, you have to sometimes kind of assume what it is your partner wants you to do. And so when you have to go through that, this gives you a little bit clearer idea, okay, they're leading me into a turn, I can handle it, I know where my part is, and I can stay on that track. So the reason I bring that up is because there is a second way that you could do that turn if you happen to have a more proficient leader. Swing is designed to be a rotational dance, which means that when you're on the dance floor, you don't just stay facing the same direction the entire time, because that gets a little bit dry. What this dance is actually supposed to do is it's supposed to kind of rotate. It's supposed to sort of have this real fun, sort of party club feel to it. So when we do an underarm turn, that same feeling needs to sort of resonate throughout all the patterns that you lead. So as the leader, if I'm a strong leader, one of the ways that I like to lead my underarm turns, rather than staying stationary, is I actually like to change places with my partner. So again, this is an alternate version of doing the underarm turn that I just kind of wanted to show you. We're not going to do this very long, but I just want to give you this idea so that if you are dancing with somebody who moves a little bit more, you have the tools to be able to handle that. So if I'm a good leader, I raise my hand for this underarm turn, and when my partner goes to their right, I go to their left. I go essentially around them. So now instead of me staying right in place and they're over there, I actually go and meet them on the other side. So again, watch this. So I do my basic, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hand goes up. 1, 2, 3, meet them on the other side and rock step. Now when they come back, I go to my left. 1, 2, 3, meet them here and rock step. So what that ends up feeling like for the followers is that when that lead happens, I do my basic triple step, triple step. The hand goes up. 1, 2, 3. When I do my half turn, now I see that they're right with me. So instead of focusing on staying on my line, I now focus on dancing with my partner, and I back rock. Now they're going to come around me this direction, so I'm going to do my underarm turn, meet them again, and do my back rock. So I don't know how totally clear that is. I just actually put together my companion video with one of our new instructors here, Masha. So we'll be posting that in the next day or so, so you'll have a chance to see what this looks like with me switching places with my partner. Anyway, I just wanted to introduce that idea. If you've got a strong leader, followers, you don't necessarily just have to stay on that track. You can switch places with each other, which creates a much more dynamic swing action, and it's much more fun to dance that way, in my opinion. Okay, let's go into our next move. Our next move is called a hammer lock. The hammer lock is a great pattern. You know, it just occurred to me, ooh, we also did the cuddle last week. I apologize. We had one more step that we led into, and that was the cuddle. The cuddle for the leaders is that's where you look at your watch, which is going to be on your left hand. So you do your basic, you go 1 up 2, 3 up 4. You're going to look at your watch, bring your partner over to your side. Once they're next to you, don't travel anywhere. Triple in place. Do a back rock where you raise your head and then don't travel anywhere. They finish their turn. Now we both do our triple together and carry on from there. So let's do that again. Triple step, triple step. Look at your watch. Bring them next to you. Triple in place. Now we both back rock. I raise the hand. Triple out. Triple step, and we go back to our basic step. The hardest part about that pattern for the leaders is making sure that when you are leading your partner to come next to you, you don't go anywhere. Because if you still continue to triple to the side, you end up smashing into them, not a comfortable situation whatsoever. So let's talk about the followers part. Very fun part for the followers. Followers, your main job is to get as far to your partner's right side as you can. So when they look at their watch, you do your basic. They looked at their watch, so you feel your right arm go to your left. You're going to now go as far to your partner's right side as you can. Boom. Now you're all wrapped up. Your hands are across your tummy. You're wrapped up right next to your partner. Now you're going to triple in place. Very important that you remember that. Do a back rock. The hand goes up. You triple forward, rotate, and go back to your basic step. Kind of a tricky pattern when you're just seeing it one person at a time, but it all looks really nice together. Here we go. Let's do that again for the follow. Triple step, triple step. Go to your partner's side. Triple step. On the second triple, very important, followers, do not triple backwards. Triple right next to yourself. Do a back rock. The hand goes up to lead you out. The temptation here is to turn right away. I want you to resist that. I want you to wait to turn until the end of the first triple. So it's your third step. 1, 2, 3. Then you rotate, face your partner, do the second triple, and back rock. All right, so that's the cuddle. Those are the 3 steps that we did last time. We did our basic, our underarm turns, and our cuddle. So the next pattern we're going to do, this is our new one tonight, it's called a hammer lock. Now the hammer lock is essentially, I always sort of describe it as the inside-out cuddle. So in the cuddle, we're next to each other. In the hammer lock, we take those arms completely around. So let me see if I can describe that another way. If I were to lead my partner into an underarm turn, but not let go with my right hand, I will always end up in a hammer lock position. Okay? So I'm going to show you what it looks like for the follower if I don't let go of the right hand. I'm sorry, the left hand. So I do my basic as the follower. I'm led into an underarm turn. 1, 2, 3. So I get ready to do my turn, but I realize they're not letting go with my left hand. So now my hand ends up behind my back. So now I'm facing my partner. I've got one hand behind my back, and this hand is holding their hand. This position is called the hammer lock position. Okay? So let's do that again as the follower. So I go 1 up 2, 3 up 4. The hand goes up. 1 up 2. My hand gets wrapped behind my back. Triple step. Facing my partner. Now I do a back rock. Now what's going to happen is the leader's going to take the hand the other direction, still holding on to my right arm, and I go back to my two-handed hold, and we're back to facing each other. So it's kind of a cool move in that regard. So I'll come back to the followers part in just a second. I just wanted to show you what that looked like so that leaders, you knew what we were getting into. So here we go, leaders. You're holding on to the two hands. We do a basic triple step, triple step. You're going to raise the hand, triple step. As they turn, you're going to let your right hand stay connected to them, triple step. Now, my right hand is on the side of my follower's body, okay, because they're in this sort of wrapped up position, so they don't have as much room with their arms. So really, all you're getting is about that much hand on your follower's back. So you have to reach around to their right side. This hand, you're holding, okay? So that's their left hand, this is their right arm, so that arm should be free. That's their arm right here, okay? So now I'm in this hammerlock position. We do a small back rock. I'm going to raise my left hand. I'm going to turn them out of hammerlock position, facing them now again, and we go back to our regular two-handed hold. All right? Let's do that again. So here we go, basic step. 1, 2, 3, 4. I raise my hand. 1, 2. Other hand stays on their side. My left hand is out to the left. I do a small back rock. I now bring my left hand in front of their face, triple step, facing them, and now we're going back to our basic step. All right? So the important thing, leaders, to remember is that you do not want to end up far away from your partner. The farther away you are, the less likely the hammerlock is going to work. Remember, the follower does not have extra length here, so unless you're dancing with somebody who's got crazy long arms, and I have crazy long arms, and I still can't get much a hand available in front, all right? So leaders, make sure you stay very close to your partner as you do this hammerlock, all right? Now, followers, let's go back to your part again. So the important thing here, followers, is to follow the amount of rotation that your partner leads you into. So some leaders like to do more, some like to do less rotation. The ideal is about half of a turn. So when I'm led into this hammerlock, 1, 2, 3, 4, when I turn around, 1, 2, 3, 4, I want to end up almost 180 degrees from where I started. Now I do a back rock. My left hand is wrapped behind my back. Now my partner leads me out of this. Just like coming out of the cuddle, leaders, I want you to make sure to go forward out of this. So you go forward, forward, turn. Now you face your partner and you're back to the beginning. Does that kind of make sense? Let's do that again, followers. Here we go. In. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hand goes up. Triple step. Hook your arm behind your back, rock, step. Go forward out of this turn, face your partner, and you're back to the beginning. All right? So that's kind of a fun move. We call that the hammerlock. It's a great looking move on the floor because it looks like it's going to be something harder or, trickier. You're not going to hurt anybody's shoulder as long as, leaders, you don't pull on that hand that's behind your follower's back. All right? Okay, so the next step I want to get into really leads us into all sorts of fun and cool moves. Before I do it, maybe we should try that hammerlock to music. What do you say? Let's give that a try to some music. Let's just kind of see how we do with that. All right, here we go. Let's give this a try. Leaders first. 5, 6, 7, 8. Raise the hand. Let's try that again. Nice. All right, let's try that as the follower. Try it again. Nice. Good job. Okay, so that's the hammerlock. All right, so let's go into closed position. So far, every pattern that we have done in swing has been in an open, two-handed hold. Though that's a really practical position to be in, a lot of our moves come from that open hold. There are just as many moves that come from what's called closed position. Now, personally, I like to start my swing in closed position because it helps me establish my location on the floor. Generally, swing is a very popular dance, so there tends to be more couples around us. So because of that fact, we want to stay in a compact position, establishing our location, our dominance, if you will, in that part of the floor so that we don't get bumped into and smashed into by other people. There's always a certain energy that you can give off as a couple that says, this is our space. And I think that's a really important factor about dancing. Dancing is a very social activity, and I think that's why this whole period of time has been so hard and so strange for all of us, because we're used to being with each other. And we're not meant to live these separate lives. We're all doing the best that we can with it. But swing is really a very social dance. And so when you're on the floor, you want to make sure you own the position that you establish on the floor. So what we do in closed hold for the leader is a combination of regular closed ballroom hold and an open swing hold. So the left hand is going to be low in that regular swing hold, and the right hand is going to be on your follower's back. Okay? I had a teacher who would describe it as if you looked at the couple from above, their frame should make a little oval, like a slanted oval. Okay? So that's the feeling. My hand is on my partner's left shoulder blade, my left elbow is up, my right hand is down in a regular open hold for swing. All right? And followers, naturally, you're going to be the opposite of that. You're going to have your left hand on your partner's right shoulder while they have their hand on your back, and you're going to have your right hand down in that open hold. All right? And in that position, we do our swing basic. Now, there's a couple little things that are different. In open hold, we normally just go side to side and then back rock. But when we are in closed hold, we actually both go the same direction, because this position ends up putting you into a promenade position. Now, those of you who have any background in ballroom know that promenade position means that we're both going the same direction. Anytime you do a promenade, whether it's in foxtrot, tango, or waltz, promenade is both partners going the same way. So when we are doing swing in a closed hold, we both go the same direction. So I'm going to triple forward, and then I'm going to triple back before I do my back rock. My partner is then going to triple forward with me and triple back with me and back rock. So instead of us going lateral, we're actually moving forward and back. Does that make sense? So let's do that again. I'm the leader. My right arm is on my partner's back. My left hand is down in that open hold. So I go triple forward, then triple back, and then back rock. Do that again. Triple forward, triple back, and back rock. Followers, you're the natural opposite of that. Your left hand is on your partner's shoulder, your right hand is down, and you're going to triple forward, triple back, and back rock. Do that again. Triple forward, triple back, and do your back rock. All right? So this gives us a few possibilities. One of the things that I really particularly enjoy about closed position is that it allows us as a couple to start rotating a lot easier than when we're in open hold. Rotating in open hold is super awkward because we just have too many moving parts. When we're in closed position, the leader can very easily and comfortably go around their partner so that then their partner can go around them. Remember how I was describing that swing is designed to be a rotational dance, that it's designed to switch places with each other and move around each other. I think of it as two sort of planets that are sort of orbiting each other all the time. All right? So this sensation is makes a lot of sense to think about planets orbiting each other like when we're doing a turn. But when we're in a closed position, it's like we're two bodies that sort of are rotating around each other, right? So it's got this really neat feeling to it. So the rule is, if I'm rotating, my partner can't be. We call this the inside and outside of turn, all right? So my job when I'm doing rotating is to hold my partner more in place. Now, I can't do much to affect that, so that's why I want to make sure that the followers understand that when you are being rotated around, don't try and keep up. let them rotate around you. You're still doing your triple, but you're really staying more in place as that's happening. Does that kind of make sense? So leaders, when you do your first triple, that's usually when you want to do most of your rotation. Most rotation in swing is clockwise. Clockwise. There is occasional counterclockwise rotation, but today let's just stay focused on clockwise rotation. So I start with my left foot, and when I do my first triple, I triple around my partner. Now I'm going backwards. So my partner is going to rotate around me. Since I'm the one being rotated around, I need to think smaller. Triple step. And now we both back rock together. Now I go forward and I rotate around my partner. Now I go backwards, but I stay more in place because my partner is rotating around me. And we back rock. Here's the important thing to remember. We at no point, this is the single biggest mistake that I see when I start seeing couples beginning their rotation, is that I see the followers think, well, they were rotating when they were going forward, so now that we're going the other direction, I need to go forward. No, you are still going backwards, but your rotation will be around your partner because they're not traveling anywhere. So if I'm the follower, it looks like this. They rotate around me, and now I rotate around them, and we back rock. They rotate around me, and now I rotate around them, and rock step. I will say that the person moving forward, the leaders, probably have an easier time in this rotation than the followers do, because it is much easier to rotate around somebody when you're going forward than when you're going backwards. So I will give you that. Followers, you're probably not going to do quite as much rotation as the leaders, but you are still rotating. I always say it's he goes, she goes, or leader goes, follower goes. All right? So let's do that again. So here we go. Leaders. A 1, a 2. Stay where you are, let them rotate. And rock step. Leaders go around, and you stay where you are, and back rock. One more time. Triple step, and back rock. Let's do the followers part. So here we go. Leader goes around, 1, a 2. Follower goes around, and back rock. Leader goes around, follower goes around, and rock step. Leader goes around, follower goes around, and rocks. That kind of makes sense? So that's what we call closed position. Closed position gives us so much freedom to do all sorts of other cool moves. And the very first cool move that we're going to do tonight is called the fall away kicks. This is super fun. You're going to love this pattern. Fall away kicks are one of my favorite patterns. Mainly because it's a great pattern that you can do strictly from closed position, and it's really easy to lead almost anybody into. So leaders, if you want to have a fun move that makes you look pretty advanced, but you don't have to have all the skill set yet, the follow-away kicks are a great one. So here's what we're going to do. We need to be in closed position. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one basic, triple step, and rock step. And you can rotate if you want to, but you don't have to. Second basic. You're going to do a triple step and a triple step. Now, instead of doing a regular back rock, you are now going to go backwards 4 steps. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 steps backwards. Okay? Now, how in the world will your follower know to go backwards for 4 steps? Well, they're going to know because you're in a closed hold, so your energy will bring them backwards. Now, there's a little trick that I'll give you, leaders. If you pick up your elbow when you go into those 4 walks backward, it will incentivize your partner to go with you. So pick up that elbow and bring them with you for 4 steps, all right? So the rhythm on this is going to go triple step, quick, quick. So those are 4 fairly rapid steps. All right, now here's the fun part. This pattern is called fall-away kicks, so let's do some kicks. So leaders, you're going to kick with your left foot next. You're going to go kick, then you're going to kick forward with the right foot. Now you're going to face your partner, and you're going to kick to the outside of their right leg. Then you're going to kick between their feet as they kick to the outside of your right leg. After those 4 kicks, we both do a back rock, and we go back to our basic step. Cool, right? All right, let's do that again. So we have one full basic. On the second basic, we do 4 quicks backward instead of the back rock. Then we have 4 more quicks, but they're kicks. 2 kicks forward facing out, 2 kicks facing each other. The first kick is to the right side of the follower. The second kick is between the legs of the follower. And then we do a back rock, and we go right back to our basic step. All right, let's do that again. Here we go. Leaders go. Triple step, that's one basic. Second basic, triple step, 4 walks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 kicks forward. Kick, kick, face your partner. Kick, in between, kick, and now we both do a back rock, and we go back to our basic step. Now you can be as fancy as you want to be, or as conservative as you want to be on those kicks. I've seen people do kick, 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 and you got to keep this a little, cooler because you don't want to kick too high when you're kicking between somebody's legs. So keep that a little more chill. Or with these kicks, you can do point, 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 point. Whatever you want to do, any combination of that, it's totally up to you. Super fun pattern. All right, let's talk about this from the follower's perspective. All right, followers, here's what's really cool about this for you. You have no idea this is coming. You'll feel that elbow pick up and you'll feel the energy of your partner pulling you backwards. Just go for the ride, all right? It's only going to be 4 steps, so you'll get there fairly quickly. The important thing is that you got to move, because if you don't move, you're going to feel like you're off balance. So you're going to feel that energy go, you got to book it, all right? So let's do that as the follower. So we go, triple step, one basic, rock, step, triple step, 4 walks backward, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 2 kicks forward. Kick, kick, face your partner. They're kicking to the outside of your right leg, so you're going to kick in between their legs. Then they're going to kick in between your legs, so you kick to the outside of their right leg, and then we go both to a back row. Does that make sense? All right, let's do it again. Here we go. And triple step, that's one basic. Rock, step, triple step, 4 walks backward, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick, kick, between, kick, outside kick, a back rock, and we go back to our basic step. So that, my friends, is called the fall-away kicks. All right, so why don't we try closed position and fall-away kicks with music. So we're going to do closed position in place a couple of times, and then we're going to rotate it a few times. And then I'll do the fall-away kicks, all right? So stay with me. I'll do my best to call it out as we go. All right, here we go. All right, leaders, let's do your part first. Closed position in place. We'll do 2 closed positions in place. Then we'll do, I'd say maybe 4 rotating closed positions. 5, 6, 7, 8. Rotating basic. All right, let's do fall-away kicks. Nice, let's do it again. Here we go, fall-away kicks. Great job. Let's do all that as the follower. All right, let's rotate. All right, let's do fall away kicks. All right, let's do all that again. All right, here we go. Fall away kicks. Nice job, everybody. Well done. All right, that was great, everybody. Well done. Really well done. Okay, so we've got a nice little group of patterns already, don't we? We've got a triple time basic. We've got underarm turn out, underarm turn in. We've got rotating around each other on the underarm turns if you feel like giving that a shot. We have a cuddle. We have a hammer lock. That was new tonight. Hammer lock. We've got closed position, both kind of just moving forward and back and rotating. And we have fall away kicks. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you have enjoyed that. Don't forget, we've got the companion video coming up. That's been just getting some editing done on it, and then we'll post it on both the Facebook page, and I'll have it ready to post for the next 2 weeks of class moving forward. I hope you all really enjoyed this. Just once again, this Monday night class is designed as a thank you to all of you who are supporting us, backing us up, starting to come back in for lessons. If you haven't started back, I totally understand. It's sort of hard to get back out there, but I tell you, we're taking every precaution to make sure this place is really safe and a really welcoming environment for everybody. Those of you who are supporting us on Patreon, thank you. Thank you very much. Please continue to do so. We're operating at a significantly reduced capacity over what we were doing before, but we're still trying to churn out content for you. And I think if you've had an opportunity to experience any of our other classes, as a member of Patreon, you have access to a lot of great content. So look for all the classes. Most of the classes are broadcast at noon, Tuesday through Saturday, but this class is at 7 o'clock because we figure a few more people might watch it then. So thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll look forward to seeing you next Monday night for week number 3 of the East Coast Swing. Thanks all. Have a great evening.